Hello everyone, and welcome to this deep dive into one of Japan's most iconic and misunderstood figures, the samurai. You might imagine a lone warrior in shining armor, katana at his side, standing nobly under cherry blossoms. But who were the samurai really? Were they just warriors, or something more? Today, we'll unravel the truth behind the samurai, how they differ from the broader term bushi, what weapons and armor they actually used, and why their influence still echoes in modern Japan and beyond. So grab your green tea, relax your mind, and let's travel back in time to meet the real samurai. Let's begin at the beginning. The word samurai comes from the Japanese verb sabura, meaning to serve. Originally, it didn't refer to a social class or warrior, but rather to attendants, those who served the aristocracy. In the Heian period 79–1185, the imperial court in Kyoto was powerful but distant from the frontiers of Japan. In those border regions, local governors and clans needed muscle to protect their lands and enforce order. Out of this need, the early bushi warrior aristocrats were born. Over time, these regional warriors grew in influence. By the end of the Heian period, the term samurai began to refer not just to servants, but to elite warriors who served powerful lords. The answer is, not exactly. Here's a common question: are samurai and bushi the same thing? Bushi is a broader term. It literally means warrior or military man and can apply to any member of the warrior class. Samurai, on the other hand, originally referred to a specific kind of bushi, those who served in close attendance to high-ranking nobles. Think of it this way: all samurai are bushi, but not all bushi are samurai. Over time, however, the term samurai became so widespread, especially in Western imagination, that it came to symbolize the entire warrior class. But within Japan, distinctions remained. Some warriors were mounted archers, some served on foot, some were independent mercenaries. Not all were the noble, bushido-following icons we imagine today. Unlike mercenaries or bandits, samurai were warriors bound by strict codes and duties. A true samurai served a lord, a daimyo. This relationship, rooted in loyalty and obligation, was central to samurai identity. Samurai were not just fighters, they were expected to uphold bushido, or the way of the warrior. This code emphasized honor, loyalty, courage, and readiness to die not for oneself, but for duty. They were also administrators, scholars, and poets. They studied calligraphy, strategy, literature, and even Zen Buddhism. The ideal samurai was as cultured as he was deadly. Let's bust a myth right here: the katana, while iconic, was not the main weapon of the samurai. In early periods, the primary weapons were bows and arrows. Mounted archery was the defining skill of elite samurai during the Heian and Kamakura periods. Then came the Ari spear, especially during the Sengoku period, a time of massive civil wars. The spear offered more reach, more power, and was better suited for battlefield formations. Naginata, a type of polearm with a curved blade, was also used, particularly by female warriors, Kaladana, Bugeisha. So where did the katana come in? The katana became a symbol of status more than a main battlefield weapon. It was often used as a secondary weapon, for close combat or indoor fighting. But its cultural value skyrocketed in the peaceful Edo period, where it came to represent the soul of the samurai. Samurai armor wasn't just protection, it was an expression of identity. The earliest samurai armor, known as yorwa, was designed for mounted archers. It had large shoulder guards, a heavy chest plate, and intricate lacing using silk cords. The structure was made from iron or leather plates, lacquered to resist rain and rust. By the Sengoku period, 15th–16th century, armor evolved into Maru, a more flexible type suited for ground infantry. This allowed more freedom of movement, crucial for the brutal hand-to-hand combat of the time. Samurai helmets, or kabuto, were iconic, often decorated with horns, crests, or grotesque masks meant. They served both functional and psychological purposes to protect the face and intimidate the enemy. Some samurai even customized their armor with personal motifs, dragons, cranes, or clan symbols. Battle was deadly, but also a performance of status and honor. So, what have we learned? The samurai weren't just sword-wielding warriors. They were a product of their time, shaped by politics, philosophy, war, and art. They were flawed, noble, feared, and revered. Their legacy is carved not only into Japan's history, but into the world's imagination. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this exploration into the way of the samurai, give this video a like, subscribe for more, and remember, sometimes to move forward, we must look back.